can of soup.
I'm not going to go all the way to the fucking shops for a can of fucking soup. It's all I wanted for lunch. Day is ruined.
It's
Fuck
just
you
up
all.
and left. Fucking left.
It was right here. It was right here. I had it. Now it's gone. How are you doing?
Welcome to today's show. Today we'd like to talk about
Welcome
them
to
damn
today's show.
dirty Irishmen.
Fuck it.
Caesar.
Wow. Wow, I feel personally attacked. I do a way better Scottish accent than I do an Irish accent at all, so it's like shameful. It's very shameful.
But I'm Irish adjacent, so you shouldn't be too ashamed.
Irish adjacent.
Yeah, I was married into the Irish family. So my luck's just as bad, but I wasn't born in the wet, you know?
I know.
Above me, I have our residential white guy, Seinfeld. What's up with that?
Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool.
And then to his left, we have, I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a look, the lagoon creature, Baron Strano.
How the hell did I become the lagoon creature anyway?
Because I said you're my brother from a different creature down the street.
Yeah, we are also like very translucent as well, so that adds to it.
Yeah.
All of us, especially Dalen. I mean, jeez, bro, get some sun.
Yeah, Dalen, you're so white, you're blue, bro.
He went full circle.
Oh gosh. So
Yeah.
I've been thinking, which that usually hurts, but I was Sienna and I were watching the new Pokemon anime, Pokemon Journeys, and it's pretty good. But what I mostly want to talk about is Team Rocket. Always have these super elaborate plans to steal Pokemon, and sometimes they're just stealing wild Pokemon, which I'm like, at this point, you're just a Pokemon trainer. It's just easier to fucking catch them at this point. Like, what are you doing? Like, back in the day, the original like Team Rocket, atypical Team Rocket plan would be like, let's set up a fake Pokemon center. And then when the trainers give us their injured Pokemon, we'll heal them and not give them back. That's clever and low effort, right? I mean, high cost, but low effort. But constructing and funding essentially mechs to net catch wild Pokemon, you're just catching Pokemon. You're not even stealing them at this point.
Where do they get the funding? So if their whole point is to basically like, what is their goal? Like, is their goal to make money? Because they are doing the complete opposite of that. They're just burning through cash, doing all this shit, which never works out because inevitably a random 12-year-old will fuck up their plan.
Yes.
Well, James is like super rich, so I don't think he cares.
Yeah, well, James is also not funding Team Rocket. Giovanni is.
Yeah, but they use all the money. They use all the money on these schemes, and they never have money for food.
That makes like how rich are gym leaders? Because Giovanni is also a gym leader. How much bank are these guys making?
I think they get
that he can fund evil organizations.
Evil corporation head honchos.
Well, isn't this Pokemon League funded by their government anyway? So won't they get like a subsidy from them for their gym?
So well, that's the other thing about the Pokemon universe. It's like nobody ever has to pay to have their Pokemon healed. So you have to feel like the entire world operates like Canada's health system, where you don't pay for anything, and that even includes trainers.
Sold it.
That even includes trainers staying that even includes trainers staying at the Pokemon Center. Like they get to just rock up at a Pokemon Center, stay there, eat there, and then fuck off the next day. And you never see them pay for anything.
Yeah, they don't.
So the only time they need money is when they go to like the marketplaces or whatever. So
Where are they getting the money from? Okay, like if it's like normal Pokemon thing, then like okay, so they get money from battles and
I
shit like
know
that. So
Ash
it's
gets.
gambling.
I think
It's dogfighting.
I think. I know Ash's mom gives him money because she says it a few times in anime.
yeah, she
paying
gives
money.
him some
I
money.
think-
Oak.
And I think
It's that hush
Professor
money.
Oak also used to.
No, it's money from it's money from Professor Oak. I think Ash and Professor
Yeah.
Oak. Ash's mom and Professor Oak. You know,
It's hush money is what it is.
it's a hush money. Yeah.
It's like Ash, do not tell no one. It's some money. No, well, I mean, also,
Ash,
I'm
how's
sure
your
there's.
dad? I don't have a dad, Professor Oak. Really? Here's a fucking Pokemon. Get the fuck out of here. Professor Oak, I'm only talking. Get the fuck out of here.
They
Oh,
send him
this is
off on a
catchy.
very long journey.
Yeah.
Uh,
Catch all the fucking Pokemon. When do I come back? When I'm done.
what do you mean? Don't you mean when I'm done? You heard me correctly.
I will let you know. Professor
I mean,
Oak,
what I
I'm
said.
coming back. Here's a random fucking golden Pokeball. Find where it comes from. Fuck off.
Sick off.
It's like any excuse to get out of it. At this point, Ash doesn't have a home. Okay, Ash
He
has been
doesn't.
on the road more times than he's like been at home.
True.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the whole point of a Pokemon journey, though.
Yeah, he
But his
spent
journey
literally
never
my
fucking ends,
entire
does it?
adult life on the road.
But parenting in Pokemon is terrible. Who'd let a 10-year-old backpack through the world to catch fucking Pokemon?
just out on the street, just go. It's
Go.
like-
You
it's
10
like-
years old now.
Really dangerous if you think about it.
What?
Like, some of those Pokemon are dangerous, like the ghost Pokemon. Most of them are said to be extremely dangerous and will kill you.
Or
Yeah,
possess
what's
you.
that? What's that?
Yeah,
Drifloon?
if you read the manga, they're fucking brutal, dude. They're fucking brutal.
Especially Drifloon. Drifloon is evil as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like eat your dreams and kills you or some shit like
There's a
that.
few of them that eat your dreams and kill you.
No, but what's that other Pokemon? What's Spiritomb?
Spiritomb, yeah. Which is like
It's a
it's
ghost of a kid.
No,
Yeah.
Spiritomb is a bunch of Pokemon. It's a bunch of
Which is
angry spirits that escaped like a rune.
Which is the one with the ghost of a kid or some shit like that?
Driftloon will just float in place, and then if kids grab the balloon, it floats off with the kid.
Oh yeah.
And then, and then there's
10-year-old, go!
and then there's
Hope you survive.
there's Yamask that also possesses people and kids.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
And
Yamask.
that turns into Coffagrigus, which can, in the latest anime, the two Coffagrigus catch, they engulf a Pokemon trainer and its Pokemon. It was weird. It's really weird. Although he had a shiny Psyduck, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, back to the funding now. Where were we?
Like where would Team Rocket's funding come from? So, I mean, you have to imagine that not all of their missions are the same as like Jesse and James's operations. You'd have to imagine they have other operations as well. And then
Also, I understand that they also have taken over several corporations that do other things as well.
Yeah, plus I think they're completely separate from Jesse and James at this point. They've written them off completely. Even the
Not
episodes where
entirely.
like they're with Giovanni, they were literally just in the way the entire fucking time. What's the
He's
other ones?
still,
Butch and Cassidy are the true Team Rocket duo.
is he still
Like
behind
they
everything in the
embody
new
Team
series?
Rocket's actual.
So no, Team Rocket are more just there for their weekly antics, and then they do have like a higher up lady that they answer to, that's like an in between Jesse and James and Giovanni. But every now and then Giovanni will show up and like speak to them. But they don't have an overall arc or mission in the current anime series. Not yet, anyway. And in the last one, they never did. Like in the last one, Guzma and Team Skull were the actual bad guys
Yeah,
in
Skull.
the previous Pokemon anime. Their mission was pretty much also just to steal Pokemon. Not very great.
I honestly think Jesse and James should just like admit it and like go legit, because every time there's a Pokemon tournament, they do so fucking well for themselves. They thrive.
Yeah, well, their Pokemon are actually quite powerful most of the time.
Yeah, like that. No, but I mean, like when they set up their they do like a food stand or a gift stand or something like that. They make fucking
they always make
Oh
money.
yeah, they make bank,
and
dude.
then ruin it,
So
and then ruin it by building a robot that tries to capture all these Pokemon at a fucking Pokemon tournament where one of these things can one-shot them easily, and they think this is a good idea. It's like that is the worst fucking possible like Pokemon catching idea.
Let's take on the Pokemon that's been training to fight each other every day of their lives.
So,
oh my god, an Elite Four. Let's just like try and steal their shit.
So in the latest anime, they actually try and steal Dynamax Pokemon, and they cause it to Dynamax and start breaking down the stadium, and Ash and his new friend Go kind of rock up on the scene as they do, and Ash's Pikachu Dynamaxes without any of the like requirements that it would have. So normal Pokemon need the Dynamax band to go gigantic and battle in that form. But Ash being Ash, his Pikachu just does it. And this catches the unbeatable champion's eye that Ash's Pikachu is capable of just Dynamaxing on its own. And obviously Ash beats them. And he's like, oh, let's have a battle. And Ash's companion is like, he's the undefeated champion. There's like 8 different professional leagues that you have to battle through, thousands of trainers before you're even in the same tournament as this person. And you're just like, let's have a battle. But the guy's like, sure, I admire your spirit, and then just wipes the floor with Ash. It's amazing.
Down, little girl.
You have balls the size of mountains. Let us test them.
I was wrong.
So, does anyone have any other topics for this evening?
Not really. No, it's been a shit week. I'm just
It's been a testing
overthinking
week.
anything.
It has been. How Sian's gonna edit this? I have no idea.
We'll do a mini episode this week.
Yeah.
I see they added Yu-Gi-Oh to Netflix.
Season 1. Series. Yeah, Wade was saying about that.
No, season 1.
Season 1.
I'm so excited. But the thing
I'm so excited for Animaniacs.
YouTube. Oh yeah, Animaniacs.
But the problem with Animaniacs is it's on fucking Hulu, so there's no way for us to watch it.
VPN?
Someone's going to spam it on YouTube. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay, so cool. You're gonna pay.
It'll be on StreamYard.
You're gonna pay fucking $300 a month for a VPN and $400 and $200 a month for Hulu. But the problem with Hulu is your card has to be an American card as well. If you pay with the South African, because we tried. No, my mom tried to sign up for Hulu before when we had NordVPN, and we could access the website thanks to NordVPN. Not a sponsor, but we'll say yes. And
Anthony?
And the card cut out because it was like, this is not an American credit card. Fuck you, Hulu.
Anthony?
Fuck you. What?
Anthony?
What?
Where does my sister stay?
In your imagination.
No, try again.
America.
She stays in Canada.
Canada,
yeah. I think I'm just struggling to get Hulu.
Hat.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fuck you, Baron.
But now, if you get Disney Plus, you get Hulu and ESPN for free.
Yeah, okay, but we
But now we still can't get it.
Yeah, we can't get
Damn it.
Disney Plus either, so that doesn't help.
But Disney
Yeah,
Plus
and
is planning to do
SABC will want to
2021
tax
South Africa.
everyone.
Yeah, but what they're gonna charge us like 500 rand.
No, they'll want to be competitive with Netflix, so they'll do the same thing that they're charging the Americans. So what Netflix is something like $14 for the 4K 5-screen package.
Yeah, I'm paying 169 for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so that's like
Yeah,
that's closer
it is.
to $10.
Mm.
So Disney's premium package is I think $2 or $3 a month cheaper than I haven't checked in a while, so I might be very wrong on this, but I do remember when they first came out, they were like $2 or $3 a month cheaper than Netflix, and then you got ESPN and Hulu.
Man,
Hulu
yeah.
Go, or what was it? Oh no, HBO Go and Hulu.
Yeah.
I think you got all three of those packages with your Disney Plus. That's like $2
Which isn't
cheaper
bad,
than
in my
the,
opinion.
than the. No, it's
That's
awesome.
not bad.
It's amazing, but we're just
Yeah,
not available to our
HBO
country.
and Hulu's good, and Disney Plus also has good series.
Because
Now,
the
The
SABC
Mandalorian.
are assholes and afraid of technology.
Mm-hmm.
Pay your TV license on everything. They want to put TV license on fucking Netflix now.
I have a fucking I have a monitor. I don't have a TV. Okay, cool. Give us an affidavit that and photos of your destroyed TV. Okay, cool. I'll supplement that. Oh no, you still have to pay your TV license. Fucking for what?
Yeah.
Because you use the channels.
I can't-
No, I literally don't.
I don't.
I don't use ever.
I don't even use.
Yeah.
So before they would get away with it because they're like, yo, but you still have a radio. I'm like, okay, I guess. Because you technically pay license fees for a radio as well, right? So like
Yeah,
a car
SABC
radio and
radio.
stuff.
Right.
So that's where they fucking. But I don't even listen to the radio anymore. If they want, they can come to my house and remove the tuner from my car because I don't fucking use it. Although actually, the Subaru doesn't even have a normal tuner. It's a satellite radio.
Mm-hmm.
It's painful.
Lonnie, eh?
Ooh.
Lonnie, satellite radio, Lonnie.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. I pay Apple for my music, so I'm renting it anyway. Fuck you.
Yeah, I pay Spotify for everything.
It's the
Yeah, I've got my
same, really.
Apple Music. What does Baron have?
really
Does
is the
Baron
same
have
thing.
Apple Music?
Bar
No, Spotify.
Spotify.
Do you... It's Welsh. It's called By the Sea.
It's not just very random.
It's a fucking dolphin.
Talking about dolphin, have you watched The Boys?
No,
Oh,
I don't have
Oh,
Prime
my
Video.
oh my god. No, jeez.
It was fucking
What
funny.
the fuck? I know what you're
I
talking
couldn't help
about.
but laugh.
Yo, have you watched season 2 yet?
Yes, I have.
Jesus. You guys need to watch The Boys. Like, I don't care how you do it. You just need to do it. It is so good. Like, get the you can get Amazon Prime. So you just get
Yeah,
Amazon
you get
and
Prime
just
Video,
like
yeah.
just watch The Boys.
And it's cheap.
I can't wait. It's like literally the only game I'm excited for now is just Cyberpunk. I just want it to come now. Come.
Come now.
Okay.
Definitely.
Come. Yes, all of it.
Isn't Valhalla releasing this week or next week?
On the 10th.
Yep.
No, fucking
And they've
Assassin's
already
Creed
got more
2 weeks
DLCs
away.
like lined up.
That's the
Valhalla.
same. That's
And
the
they've got
same
more
release
DLCs
week
lined up.
as Cyberpunk.
No, Cyberpunk, yeah, on the night. No, Cyberpunk releases on 19th.
Oh, the week after.
Yeah, that's on the day that the PS4 releases.
PS5.
And Valhalla, PS5, and then Valhalla releases on the 10th, the same day as the Xbox Series. Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Does
What's
it look
that?
good to you, Anthony?
What flower? Yeah.
Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Does Valhalla look good to you?
Yes.
Yes.
It looks interesting. Yeah, no, Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks awesome. Although I must say, the more I'm seeing of the game, the more I'm like, oh, this is very generic Assassin's Creed all of a sudden. Because like I watched a video where they did like Ubisoft did like a Twitter takeover or something, and there were a bunch of like little trailers released. And,
I saw that.
And they were like, "Oh, you're gonna," and I instantly had fucking flashbacks to Black Flag when this happened. They were like, "Oh no, you're gonna have this specific town that's gonna be your base of operations, and everything's gonna work from there." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to upgrade this thing, and then I'm gonna be in the middle of a mission somewhere else, and then just be like, oh, you can't do this without your fucking shop on the 3rd floor of the 2nd fucking street of your town being upgraded." And I'm gonna be like, "Fuck that." Because that's exactly what happened with Black Flag. I got like 50% through the story mode, and then it was like, defeat this fucking man o' war boat. And I was like, I have spent 0 minutes upgrading my boat because I'm not a fucking pirate, I'm an assassin. I don't want to be a pirate.
No.
I understand.
Assassin. He was a pirate.
I don't give a fuck what Edward Kenway wanted to be. I want to be an assassin. It's in the title of the fucking game. Assassin's Creed, not Pirates Adventures. It's Assassin's Creed.
It was an amazing game. You're just shitty. You were just shitty on with the boat, and I saw how you were with driving that app ship. You sucked.
I do suck. I hated every second of it. Assassin's Creed 3. Oh, drive the boat. Okay, this is fun. It was like an hour in the game, and then you don't have to fucking touch the boat. I hated the boat so much that in Assassin's Creed, if I had a mission waypoint on the other side of the like little harbor where your house was, I would jump off the cliff and swim across because I was like, fuck the boat.
That's the natures, even I have to admit.
Who needs quick travel? I'm motivated enough to say, fuck this.
I will make my point. No. And why do you have like 600 hours in Assassin's Creed 3? Fuck boats. That's why.
The whole time you're going is that just keep swimming. We swim.
Oh yeah, no, but I don't. Yeah, so at the moment they're like, yeah, no, this will be the base of your operations. I was like, oh, I'm not as amped on this game as I was before. This does not seem
a lot of boat action. I feel like it because Vikings were known for their boats.
I get it.
Yeah, but I think they.
Yeah, no, Dan, go.
The boots.
But I think how it's going to work in this game is because the whole point of it is to build a life on the other side of the world.
Yeah, in England.
I think that's why they added it in England. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they took a lot of the story from the actual series because the main guy in the actual series is actually in the game. But I'm not sure if they're going to use his face though. They just mention his name.
Yeah. So
I heard that they're going to do DLCs. For
Ragnar. Yeah.
They've got
Ragnar.
They've got the Druids. They've got the French.
In one of the dreams, you get to fight. What's the wolf's name?
Fenrir.
You get to fight him as well.
How?
When there's a like how when the normal Assassin's Creed, when you dream, you go back into the real world.
Yeah.
In this game, when you dream, you go to Asgard.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Interesting, but
so is this one pre-Animus?
Yeah, it was just like
there's no Animus in the Assassin's Creed games.
I thought the Animus project was to prove those otherworldly beings that were trying to control the world.
No,
but I've noticed
that was all about the apple. They created the apple.
Yeah, what were they? The
Templar.
Precursors.
Oh, the precursors.
Yeah.
So this game, where they announced this is that like the whole assassin part is not part of the main story.
Yeah, which is fuck that.
No, this is Black Flag.
No, it's not. It's like a side story. The main part of this game.
Well, it was Flag.
I mean, okay. Could you imagine? CD Projekt Red is like, okay, guys, this is Cyberpunk. Everyone enjoyed it. It was awesome. Here is The Witcher 4, but you're just a farmer. That's it.
So what the main piece is just basically create a life for you in England. That's the main part of this game.
Yeah,
they don't even.
That sounds like Farming Simulator and Assassin's Creed next.
Basically, they try. Yeah.
Sorry.
This Viking story is more about like creating your life in England and farming, and that's basically it.
So the thing I saw the other day, one of the other like little videos, because like I said, it was a bunch of like little trailers, and they're all kind of like interlinked. So one of them was talking about like once you set up this town, you then have the 4 kings of England, and then you basically choose who you make alliances with and who you battle against and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, if I wanted to play Civilization 6, I'd play Civilization fucking 6. Like, I don't want to deal with this shit. I just want to wear a cool ass cloak and stab people in their fucking faces without them seeing me doing it. Is that too much to ask? No, it's not.
This is all about people because they just see the Assassin's Creed name, they're gonna buy it. It's basically
and it's Vikings, which are like
realistic here, guys.
I like Vikings. I enjoy it.
The next FIFA.
I do that with God of War.
What? What do you do?
Just because it's a game with the name I like, I buy it.
Yeah,
but the friend says the God of War was actually good.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So, but the other thing is, right, the issue I have with it is the only thing that would actually do better than, hey, Viking Simulator, is if Assassin's Creed finally went into feudal Japan. If they were like, everybody's been asking for the fucking Assassin's Creed Ninja game since day one. If they release that, then that's like the only thing that would make it more popular than what this game is going to be.
That'll be definitely sneaky, stabby.
Yeah, but
that'll be a bad idea because, like, if they try and do Assassin's Creed in feudal Japan, you killed something.
Dalen went full on Link and broke apart. He was like,
"What broke?"
He was like, "There is a vase here. I must smash it and get the orb out inside of it." Link has taught you well.
If they do an Assassin's Creed game in feudal Japan, everyone is just going to look at it and compare it to Ghost of Tsushima.
They're going to say it's a copy and paste.
Yeah, well, Ghost of Tsushima.
Ubisoft will never do it. They said it from the first time someone asked for it. They're like, we will never do it. Even back in 2012, there were better ninja games than Ubisoft felt that they could ever do. Like Ninja Gaiden.
Like Ninja Gaiden 2 was the best ninja game there is. Even though, remember at one stage they were talking about interlinking Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed at one stage.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be
plan
cool,
was
right?
to do that.
Because I know, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I hated the modern parts in the Assassin's Creed games. I'm like, they're cool. Those things were fucking cool. It was weird. The alien things were a bit weird, all right? That was like, where the fuck did this come from? But it made kind of sense. But I enjoyed, like, climbing up scaffolding, up buildings and stuff, and taking out people as Desmond just as much as I enjoyed doing it as Ezio. And then if you intertwine that with Watch Dogs, that's even cooler. Like, if Ubisoft could pull their finger out their asses, actually, that's not fair. Ubisoft have been making some pretty good games lately. But if Ubisoft really wanted to, they could do an amalgamation of a proper RPG game, and then have like Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed as your protagonist options in the beginning of the game. So like with Cyberpunk coming out, you have the Nomad and Street King and Corporate. So you could have the same thing where you would have the assassin's life or the techno life as like one of the DedSec guys, and then you get to pick, and then your skill tree that you get to build throughout the game would be dependent on which lifestyle you chose in the beginning. But you could even have like a more like how Skyrim has it, where you don't flat out choose at the beginning of the game, I want to be this thing. Like in Skyrim, you could pick a Nord and still teach him magic. It would suck compared to being an elf and teach him magic, but you could still do it. And if Ubisoft really wanted, they could develop the game that way, where you're like, okay, I want to play mostly stealth, stabby, but I would like to develop my skill tree enough just so that I can hack a phone or hack cameras while I'm doing it. But they'll never. I don't think they'll ever do it. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime. Maybe like 20 years.
Unless they do the microtransaction the shit out of it so much that
Ubisoft don't do that so much anymore. Ubisoft haven't really put microtransactions in their games.
No,
like, they were one of the few developers that were like, when people were like, this is really sucks, they were one of the few developers that pulled the handbrake on that. They were like,
Division 2 and Rainbow Six Siege, they got a shitload of microtransactions.
Yeah, microtransactions but remember, those are games as a service. Those aren't single release. We're going to release another one of these games in the next 10 years. That's
which one was
Siege and Division is more like a Bungie. What's Bungie's game called? Destiny. No, Destiny. Yeah. So with Destiny, it makes sense to have microtransactions going forward to buy whatever you need to buy to like. I think it's mostly isn't it mostly decorative though? Your microtransactions in those games?
Most of the time. Yeah, most of the time.
Cosmetic, that's what it is.
It's like PUBG. It's like everything is just cosmetic.
Yeah, but exactly. So PUBG is not gonna be there's not gonna be a PUBG 2 coming out 2 years after the first one. So the developers have to fund that project somehow. So microtransactions in those games make sense. But microtransactions in Assassin's Creed makes no fucking sense. That's a full-on $60 title. Which for us is what, like 1,000 Rand when it comes out? Day of release?
Yeah, but 1,001.
Yeah. So you want me to pay 1,100 Rand for a game and then to unlock shit in the game that I'm not playing online against other people? I have to pay more money for that. Why? Why the fuck? In Destiny, it makes sense because they want you to pay for, I want my avatar to be as customizable as possible. Okay, cool. So you're going to have to buy his jacket. That makes sense to me, especially for a game that only comes out every 6 years.
Didn't Odyssey have microtransactions as well?
I don't know, I never played it.
No, Odyssey, I don't think, I think Odyssey didn't, but Origins did. But then that was right.
Odyssey definitely did.
Yeah, but it didn't have loot boxes, did it? It had
microtransactions, optional microtransactions,
optional.
The saving, time-saving XP boosters. So basically, pay to win games. Pay to win.
Pay to win what? Pay to beat yourself because you're playing against yourself.
Yeah, well,
so those are microtransactions that don't hurt anymore.
You can get from A to B faster because you bought the XP boost.
Yeah, but that's your decision. That's you decide to spend that money.
You said there's none.
No, I said Ubisoft were one of the companies that pulled their handbrake on microtransactions when people started throwing their toys out of the cart.
Okay.
They pulled the handbrake up. Like, they slowed down on it. Like, what was the last major Ubisoft title that came out?
So I can't even remember when Ubisoft came out.
Yeah, so those had microtransactions in them.
Division 2 was the latest, last game that came out.
Should Ubisoft have not? Their release schedule was a lot less than it used to be.
Division 2 was March last year.
Tell me Ubisoft haven't launched the game at all in 2020.
There was Far Cry New Dawn.
Yeah.
That was a new Far Cry game.
Far Cry New Dawn was in February last year.
So does Far Cry have microtransactions?
Yeah, when you play online.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a far cry from the way EA and
Wow.
Yeah.
That was just shameful.
Yes, it was.
No, they actually almost brought out nothing this year.
Yeah, nothing this year.
So, but it's still it's a huge difference if you look at their type of microtransactions and what you get for them, and the fact that you don't need to do them at all, versus like the way EA implemented it in in Battlefront 2, where they were like, oh, you can grind to unlock the first level of unlocks. Yeah, 40 hours. That's an entire gameplay. That's an entire story mode for half of the Assassin's Creed titles.
Took me ages to unlock Luke Skywalker in that fact.
I mean, that's crazy.
I didn't even buy it.
Literally, that's insane. Like, you have to play the same amount of hours. That's half of The Witcher 3, the main story quest.
And the bad thing is, I played a bit of it, and I really didn't think it was that good, so that I could spend my money on it.
Yeah, but remember, if you play Battlefront now, it's a very different experience to what I'm talking about, because enough people said no, this is unacceptable, and boycotted the game, and EA eventually listened and changed. But the fact that they even think they could get away with it is the problem. Or like the bullshit that Activision pulled with Crash Team Racing, where they launched the game and everyone gave it awesome reviews because it was a good game, and then they dropped in the microtransactions and loot boxes after the reviews came out, where they were like, okay, cool, so everyone's going to come buy this game. Now we're going to put in pay-to-win mechanics. Fuck that noise. That's crazy.
Well, Bethesda did the same thing.
No, Bethesda just made a game nobody would want to buy in the first place.
Fucking
Fallout 76 was horrible.
Yes, so many bugs in that fucking game.
Here's a premium plastic bag.
Not
just that.
Sponsored by Apple. It's like, here's the same shit with less in it now.
Yeah, but at least when Apple does it,
about that earlier.
At least when Apple does it, the shit works. All right.
Yes, but Apple are now removing the power cable.
So how do you charge the phone or whatever?
That's what my point is. That's what I was talking about earlier. They've removed the power cable and said it is to save the environment. And I said, bullshit. It is so that you can sell it separately at a higher price.
Yeah, but where would you plug it in if there's no port for it?
No, it's got a port. They're just not giving you the charging cable or adapter.
What?
So they give you the plug without the cable.
You're gonna spend 25,000 Rand on a fucking cell phone. Open the box and there's literally just the cell phone inside the box.
Yep.
No earphones, no charger.
The box is recycled as well.
No.
So is 90% of the materials used.
All right, people.
So you're basically
wake up,
sheeple. Old iPhone.
Wake up, okay? This is a wake-up call for all you sheeple out there. Don't buy Apple. Just don't do it.
Fucking, that's my point. This is they can spin this any way they want.
The Republicans are lizard people and the Democrats are robots, and Apple is a fucking fraud. Full stop.
That's the whole point. These guys are selling us shit and saying it's gold.
I mean, but they've been doing that for years. And usually it's like close enough to gold that you're like, okay, fine.
No, this time I think
at one point they were actually giving us gold. Like that, the iPhone 6 to 7 to maybe 8 range, those were hands down the best phones on the market. Like, no compromises.
The 7 Plus. The 7 Plus was the greatest phone. The 8, I don't know. So I just
that time frame of stuff, right?
Yeah.
That time frame of Apple products, those MacBooks, those iPads, and their iPads even today, they've literally killed the tablet market. Like, there is no reason to buy a tablet unless you're buying an iPad. Because they're the only tablet that gets close enough to that PC-like experience that you would want from a device, like
Yay big. 10
yay big,
inches.
10 or 11 inches.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense to buy the Android ones. And the Android operating system sucks for PC-like experiences. Like, trying to do any documentation type work on those things is just a nightmare. Like, and the fact that it's Linux-based is almost a slap in the face to Linux. Like, if you had Linux and you download WPS Office or OpenOffice or what's the other one that usually comes preloaded on Linux? All of those work so much better, and they have Android versions, but they all suck. They all suck. And then when you try to convert them, they just turn into gerbil messes. It's like you're sending something in fucking
me and
code.
the Apple rep was arguing a lot about it the other day, and it was like, no, it's good. People will buy it. I'm like, who the fuck is gonna buy an Apple device where you literally you can't charge your phone when you get home? You have to go buy your Apple charger first. Or and he's like, yeah, but it is for the people that already has an iPhone. So I said, so you're excluding the market that want to switch over. So you're basically not growing your market then.
Yeah.
You're just going, I want to say stale.
I mean, how is that? I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any fucking logical sense to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know.
So in a
who's smoking
parallel
the most
universe,
grass in Apple, because what the hell is going on there?
in a parallel universe, this is the master plan coming to fruition. Okay, the evil corporation has found their exact market, and now they're only giving like their new iPhones to the devout few. It's going to brainwash them. They are going to go mass murder on everyone because the ones that are gullible enough to buy this are stupid. Okay, like it's.
And that's the sad thing.
Wait.
You better know there's people going to be out there that's going to buy it because it says iPhone 12.
Yeah, no, obviously. So
this is the cell phone equivalent of taking away the printer cable from printers.
Well, no, okay, so at least the printer cable thing makes fucking sense, because if you buy a printer
everything
nowadays,
is wireless.
it's wireless, so you don't need the fucking printer cable. You don't need
But even the wired ones don't have fucking printer cables. This has always annoyed me. It will, like, till my last breath. Like, just before I die, I'm going to be like, why did you take it away? Bastards!
Okay, so what I think
But compare that cable, which is what, $60 to $100? 100 rand?
Yeah, it's
What
like
do you mean 100? Yeah.
$70.
Versus an Apple cable alone is what, 400, 500 rand for the old cables. I don't even know what the new version of cable is going to be.
Yeah.
It's 500 rand
500 rand for half a meter.
For a 1 meter. No,
there's a 1 meter.
It's 500 for 1 meter.
500 rand.
And then
That's
another
the old
500
cable.
bucks for the
Now,
actual
this one doesn't use the same port. I think it uses the Type-C port.
Well,
And you can't use a generic cable on it.
Yeah, because it's Apple.
Yeah. Generic ones like only
You can't plug any fucking worm into this thing. Alright, I have a theory. I think what happened was, back in 2016, Apple bought out non-controlling shares of all copper manufacturing companies. Right? All of them. If there's a company in the world that manufactures copper cabling, Apple have a non-controlling share in it. So what they've now done is they've taken out the one product or the one accessory in their product line that has copper in it to force you to buy copper cabling. That's it. And they can't make money off of telephone lines anymore because everyone's going with fiber and VoIP. So this is how Apple is saving the copper industry by taking the charges out of their pocket.
Get back the jobs.
This is how they make America great again.
Selling copper.
We've been doing it for years. We've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, we've
So
been
the
doing
African government's been
Fucking
doing
hell,
it
dude.
wrong. We steal the copper, then sell it back to ourselves. That is stupid. And to make
Oh
the
gosh.
people want to buy it back.
Fuck.
Love.
That is genius.
Anyway,
No James Bond is watching this shit. No, this is a Bond scheme. This is
Bond
pure
scheme.
Bond level.
Yeah.
Yes, no, this is pure like the evil CEO of a massive company is sitting by his desk like,
Captain
I will make
Planet.
money off of copper.
Copper is the future.
Yeah, Idris Elba is the new.
Everything will be copper from now on.
Idris Elba is the
Idris
new
Elba.
CEO.
No, I want Idris Elba to be the new James Bond.
Wade has a new man crush.
Idris Elba. It's not new.
You saw the new shots of Uncharted the movie.
With Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks pretty
Nolan
good,
North
man.
is somewhere there as well.
Yeah, he does. I was actually thinking earlier today, it's like, I don't think it'll be that bad. I think
I
it'll
saw
be, gonna be good.
I saw a title for some YouTube. I think it was What Culture. And the title of the video was like amazing casting or bad cosplay. And I'm like, no. It's amazing casting, A, because he's a very talented actor.
Yeah.
And B, he looks pretty good. He doesn't look what's his name that everyone always says should play.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, he doesn't look that good because that's like would just be perfect. But he does look pretty good, especially if they want to go with like a young Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I think this is a year. I don't know what year is it going to be though.
What years?
It's gonna be on his way home. Uncharted on your way home.
Your Joker is back in Justice League Snyder Cut.
Yeah. Today, Sian was telling me about that. Sian goes like, "So why is the Joker in the new Justice League movie?" I'm like, "Why the fuck are you asking me? I didn't write it. You just told me the news." I'm like, I don't know. Because Zack Snyder
was for the Snyder Cut movie.
Zack Snyder was like,
I
everybody fucking mocked me for my movies, and everybody mocked Jared Leto for his Joker. This is gonna be our redemption story.
Look, I hope so.
I hope so too.
I'm just waiting for Darkseid. You know, that's my favorite villain in the movie.
Yes, they should have had Darkseid in from the beginning.
Because Supes is powerful, but he ain't no Darkseid.
You know what? I feel like DC should have done, and I said it back like in 2011 before all of this shared cinematic bullshit started with DC and Marvel, whatever. Marvel did such an amazing job of doing flesh out your characters, give small little links in between them, and then bring them together in one movie. They did it so well that no matter how well DC ever did it, right? You can say fucking DC flopped the universe or whatever. That's your opinion. No, wait, that's your opinion, right? And whatever. But no matter how, even if they fucking knocked it out of the park, everyone would have been like, they're just copying Marvel. What DC should have done is been like, fuck it. Everyone knows who Batman is. Everyone knows who the fuck Superman is. We'll straight up start with Darkseid and the Justice League. We'll introduce the smaller characters there and then flesh them out. And if you don't think that idea will work, just watch the animated movie of Justice League. Because that's exactly how it fucking starts. It starts with Batman beating the bejesus out of some poor person that decided to rob something that night. And he just stops and goes, and then follows these like
No, man. It starts off with Batman, the news talking about Batman abducting people, and then you see this creature grabbing some guy.
And then it's yes, that's right.
Then Hal Jordan pitches up, and he looks for this monster, and he fights the monster, and then Batman pitches up and just pisses Hal Jordan off.
Yes, and then
steals the ring right off his finger. How did
Batman
you do
uses a random Batman uses a random thug as like bait.
But each character gets introduced within like 3 or 4 minutes each, and they get they get shown, like, you get a clear understanding of what their powers are, how they work, and more or less what the characters are about.
I think Cyborg was the only one that really got an origin in the movie. Because his origin ties in with the mother box.
Yes. And also shout out to Batman seeing Superman for the first time and taking him the fuck on in that movie.
Not just that.
He takes him the fuck on, realizes, I'm going to lose this fight badly, and then just backs off for a little while.
No, my favorite was when he stands there and Hal Jordan screaming, he's going to kill us. And then, no, he's not. He just bruises. Don't you, Clark? Superman stops him right.
Funny shit.
No, it was my favorite is whenever Hal Jordan is trying to be funny and Batman just takes him off.
And
Flash gets there, and
Flash comes
Hal
in,
Jordan is, that's Batman, and Flash is, that's Batman. Don't worry about him. He's a bit of a tool. And Batman goes, oh, Flash, like your work in Star City.
Like your
Hal
work.
Jordan just off again. See, now, if you can do
Star City.
I always say DC's animated movies will be best.
Yeah.
If they can get the writers to do the movies.
No, not all the animated movies are shit.
No, not all of them.
The Age of Ultron movie was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was good. What is it? Punisher and Black Widow Confidential. That was good.
That was also good.
Anime. That was basically anime. That was actually very good. That was pretty good.
And I mean,
but I've always liked Punisher.
X-Men was the shit. In
the animated series.
Yes.
The animated series. Yes.
Wait, are we talking X-Men Evolution or the original X-Men?
No, the original X-Men.
That was ahead of its time. That series was ahead of its time.
It had Morph. That's all I like. Oh, I love Morph in that series.
I think it might still be on YouTube, but there's a short series. There's a Black Panther animated series. It's like 6 or 7 episodes. It's voiced by Jamin Hansu. It is actually pretty fucking dope.
Actually, I think I remember seeing that like back in the day when it was on TV. Or was this the newer one?
It was. I think this was done like 3 years ago or something like that. 2 or 3 years ago. It's super fucking dope.
Oh no!
It was like at the same time that the Black Panther movie came out.
Oh, okay.
No, Winter Soldier. It was the same time as Winter Soldier before the Black Panther movie came out.
Oh, so it was like an intro to the Black Panther concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It explored more of the comic book side as opposed to what the movie one would have been. No, I think it was afterwards. It was afterwards the movie came out.
Didn't they introduce Black Panther in that original X-Men series?
They introduced his son. Remember they introduced his son. Storm and him had a kid together.
Yeah.
And he was like Quicksilver. His son was like Quicksilver.
An Omega mutant.
Yeah, they didn't show him. They just showed his son.
Oh, okay.
The only Omegas I know about was Charles and Magneto, and then Apocalypse. And Jane. No, Jane was not Omega. She was actually a bit higher than Omega, especially if she has the Phoenix Force active.
Yeah. And then there's Beyond Omega, who's Scott's son.
Yeah. Also called Charles.
And Legion.
I think it was also called Charles, if I can remember correctly.
And Legion, I think, is also Beyond Omega. Yeah, Legion. That fucking
1,000 personalities, and each personality has his own power. That's something.
That's crazy, dude.
So Deadpool.
Deadpool's daughter is
it's like
cool.
It's like Deadpool if he took Ritalin.
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe starts off where this guy tries to mind control Deadpool and actually causes him to go sane, and then he realizes he's a comic book character, and he just straight up kill everyone to destroy the comic book, and until the comic book continued, and then he eventually teleports to the universe where the comic book writers are and kill them. Brilliant series. Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
That's brilliant.
Still doesn't beat my
and
favorite.
Frozen.
What?
As Frozen.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Bye.
What the fuck?
My favorite Deadpool comic series has to be Deadpool and the Gauntlet, where Dracula hires him to get his girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
Dracula's
I
wife.
never read that, but that sounds awesome.
That was a good series. And he also kills a vampire by depantsing him. That's pretty funny.
So, if you guys didn't know, this was Bonfire Debates. Although tonight was a little bit more just bonfire shoot the shit. If you didn't know, my name's Anthony Cusack. I'm your host. To my left, we have our crazy Irishman, Wade Paddy. And above me, we have Jerry Seinfeld. And to his left, we have, he's not a doctor, but he'll have a look at it. Barnes. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe our videos. Share it like it's your job. Let's get the word out there that there are South African podcasts as well. We don't have to just listen to Greg Miller talk all the time. I mean, he's awesome, but loud. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
You listen to the musical sounds of humans.
Ooh.